Czechia leading off playing third base, Jaromír Richter playing second, batting second, Václav Mencik catching and batting third, Denis Ondrusik. Jan Uher, a returner, will clean up. Richard Ladke will play for first base. Lucas Hanak, Adam Stasny, Tadeusz Edmar, and Dominik Michanek will round out the order for Czechia. And here comes the first pitch. It splits the plate. Strike number one. Canada off to a good start.
Also off to a good start is your pronunciation. Really good.
Really good with accent marks.
I knew you would be.
Slow breaking ball stays high, a ball and a strike. Canada went 8-0 in their regional. 96 runs while holding their opponents to just 12. That's a run and a half per game. 1-1 is slapped out of play. 1-2. Both of these teams plenty of experience in the Senior League Baseball World Series. Third straight year for Czechia. Pitch stays high. Humidity is going to be a question for these pitchers, especially as the day rolls on in South Carolina. How important is it to stay on top of the baseball and keep it in the zone?
Yeah, missing a few up right there, but that's a good breaker. It apparently misses up as well. I thought that might get the call from home plate umpire Richard Condrey. Stays up though in 3-2 pitch, and a really good job by Richter to work a good at bat right here.
And so Czechia is off to a good start. Jaromír Richter with a leadoff walk will set up Václav Mencik. Not a ton of velocity from Heward to start this game. 6-pitch at bat, plate appearance rather for Richter. Mencik, the 15-year-old, will play second base for Czechia. A lot of room on the right side. Heward wants to keep Richter close at first. First pitch is outside. Starting to pull his pitches away from those right-handed hitters. Don't want to make mistakes against this Czechia team. Ball and no strikes, runner going, pitches up. Throw down to second is wide, and Czechia is off and running early in the top of the first inning.
Richter with a really nice jump right there. No chance for the catcher Labonte to get there. And it's an easy stolen base. And now you got a runner in scoring position. Nobody out.
There's so much that goes into how you steal, when you steal. What we've seen so far from Heward, and we just touched on it, not a ton of velocity, a little bit of a slow delivery to the plate. How much does that help you as a base stealer?
A lot of breaking balls too, but yeah, when you see him up there throwing a lot of breaking balls, there's definitely this opportunity to go. As you see the heater right there, but to your point, not throwing that hard, so even the fastball, you got a little bit of extra time. Let's see what Mencik can do right here. Obviously a guy on second base. Fundamental baseball says hit a ground ball or something to the right side. He's got that opportunity, 3-1, but you don't want to give up a big swing.
3-1 pitch is taken low. Back-to-back walks for Czechia. So we'll see how they play it with 2 aboard and nobody out. And up comes Denis Ondrusik. He'll be the backstop defensively for Czechia when we see the Canadian bats.
The catcher, number 17, Denis Ondrusik.
Outfield playing shallow against the third place hitter for Czechia. First pitch. Breaking ball gets the zone, 0-1.
A lot of breakers so far from Heward. Showing a lot of respect to the first 3 batters in the lineup.
See a heavy pull side defense against the righty. Maybe trying to get 2 for the price of 1. Instead, he turns on it, flies it to deep left. McMahon drifting back, he can't get it. It's by him and to the wall. They're going to wave home Richter and hold up the second runner at third. Czechia scores with a double to make it 1-0.
McMahon playing way in at left field. He had to go forever to try to get to this ball. He got to the spot but was unable to make the catch, and a big double here for Czechia. You can see the swing. Really good job. Good tuck right there, staying through the ball. McMahon was just so far in, but behind shortstop, he had to run forever to get to that ball. And it's a double for Andrusek and a run in for Czechia.
Now one of the Czechian returners, Jan Uher, is first pitch swinging. He'll foul that to the right side. Uher featured in last year's Senior League World Series. Went 7 for 7 in one of his Little League regular season games. 2 in scoring position, the 1-0 pitch. See the approach here for Uher, trying to go the other way.
He's trying to do the right thing, and one thing that's tough when you're like the 4-hole hitter is you don't necessarily want to give away your at-bat and just hit a weak ground ball to the right side, but you also want to do your job. So always got to find your lane and go with it.
1-1, rolled on the ground, into left, a base hit. That'll bring home Mensick. Andrusek moves to third. Now they're on the corners, still nobody out. And Czechia has scored a pair in the top of the first.
Well, Czechia has come out of the gates. It's kind of like what we were talking about, Stefan. They've been here a few years in a row, and they haven't broken through. Is this the year for them? It sure looks like in the top of the first it might be. It's another roller, middle of the plate, and this one he pulls. And by doing so, into that 6-hole, plates another run. 2-0 now, Czechia. Runners on the corners. And nobody out.
Big presence at the plate, the lefty, Richard Ladke. See if they put Uher in motion. He's going on the first pitch. Throw will not go into second with the speedy runner on Andrusek at third. So once again, 2 in scoring position and nobody out.
And not much you can do if you're the catcher Labont, because the leg kick from Heward is very slow to the plate, and it's clearly a timing mechanism for him. But unfortunately, they're going to run all day on him if he's going to be that slow to the plate. We're going to have to see if he's able to make a little bit of adjustment, either a slide step or just a quicker leg kick to get towards the home plate and potentially give his catcher a chance to throw a runner out.
2-0 pitch. That'll go fouling out of play, 2-1. So here's the jump.
Yeah, we're looking at the jump. Good jump, but just a slow leg kick, and there's just no chance. And also with the guy at third base, they know if they throw through to second base, that run's probably going to score, so they're playing to keep that runner at third base.
Corner infielders start to creep in. The 2-1 pitch. Weekly rolled to first. Coming to get it, Gaudreau. The throw to the plate is in time. They cut down the lead runner, get the first out of the inning on a beautiful play by Gaudreau to the catcher Labont.
What a play right here by Gaudreau. It looks like it could spin out of control here in the top of the first for Canada, and he's able to get this weakly hit ball right down the right field line. He's able to charge it, make a strong throw at home, and Labont puts that tag on the runner for the first out of the inning. That was a really, really big out for Canada. Hopefully it gives Heward and the rest of the defense a little confidence that they can come out here and compete with a team like Czechia, but it looks like they're also going to take a look at it. Stefan?
Looks like they will. I think the only argument you have here is maybe blocking of the plate, but from our vantage point, didn't seem like he got around the tag.
You know, interestingly, it looks like his foot might have touched the bag before that tag is put on him. It's going to be a judgment call.
This is probably our best angle.
See, from there you can't tell, and the call was out at home plate, so it's got to be obvious that he is safe at home.
You need clear and convincing evidence to overturn a call.
See, it's almost like he's right there. Very close, very close. But like I said, the call was out. It's going to be hard to overturn this.
From the angles we do have, you can't tell when that tag was applied.
Exactly.
But a great play by Gaudreau over at first base to think about coming home with that baseball. Weakly hit grounder. You know that you're already down a pair of runs in the top of the first. Your pitcher desperately needs an out, already past the 20 pitch mark.
No, it was a good play for sure. The reason they had the chance for the out is because he charged it and he was able to make a strong throw.
Boy, that's awfully close. Really nice slide by Denis Ondrusik.
Way in it.
The third contorts his right leg around the tag. Flies it to deep left. How often do you see a slide where your foot stomps on the plate?
Not often. Very dangerous, you know, with those spikes, right? You get that spike caught in the home plate. It's not a good feeling, especially for that ankle or potentially the knee. So it was a nice slide. I think it was a really good play all the way around. We'll have to see what they rule after they look at it.
They're taking their time. Great umpiring crew here at Easley. A lot of volunteers in Little League Baseball during these circuits, so hats off to them for giving their time and being involved in this event, because if you don't have umpires, you don't have officials, you don't have events of this caliber.
You don't.
While they take another look at it, so will we. There's the tag right there. Looks like he gets him on the upper left thigh, but when is the foot down? Because it's the left thigh that gets tagged, the right foot. And it looks like right there, as his knee starts to bend, that right foot gets down on home plate. So we will await the final verdict from our replay crew. If the call stands, it'll stay 2-0 with one out. If it's overturned, then it'll be 3-0 with nobody out.
Yeah, they ruled him safe. Looks like they had convincing evidence that he did get that foot in before the tag. It was a nice play, but Czechia now back in the driver's seat, nobody out. 3 runs are across the plate, still first and third, and if history serves us correctly, they might be sending the runner Latke as well with the first pitch here to Hanak.
Long strides for Latke, one of the taller players on this team. Lucas Hanak is at the plate. Look at the lineup construction for Czechia. They have some left-handed hitters in the 4 and 5 spots.
And I don't know if you noticed that, Stefan, but definitely Heward a little bit quicker to the plate right there. That leg kick, he started to get it going a little bit quicker and got to the plate sooner, and might be trying to shut down that run game.
Small lead off first for Latke. Starts then stops. But again, a hitter's count. And there's a strike. Gets the outside corner, 2-1.
Nice pitch by Heward, backdoor breaking ball. 2-0. He's got a lot of confidence in that breaking ball because he does throw it a lot. So he feels like he can go to it to get a strike, and he did.
2-1 pitch. Serve to left, another base hit. That'll bring home Uher to make it 4-0. An RBI single the other way for Lucas Hanak. And Czechia is all over Canada in the top of the first inning.
Well, it's the tale of two sides of the coin right here. If you're Czechia, you love this start. And if you're Canada, you are just praying for an out right now. It is not easy sledding right now for the Canadians. But we're going to watch this again. It's another breaking ball, and a really good job by Hanak to go the other way. Stays on that ball really nicely and serves it into left field. 4-0 Czechia. Nobody out. Runners on first and second, and we're going to get a new pitcher.
So Canada is going to make a change. It appears to be number 24, Maxime Hubert. They're going to bring a tall left-hander into this game. Runners on first and second, still nobody out, and a 4-0 Czechia lead. So it's going to turn to the southpaw, Maxime Hubert. facing a 4-0 deficit, 16, 6'4". So you know he's going to get some extension.
Wow. Don't often see that. Definitely some extension to home plate, and 6'4", I wouldn't know what that would look like. You're close to that with your hair.
Hair counts. It really counts in this profession.
It does. It does.
So a lefty-lefty matchup. Adam Stastny for Czechia. 2 runners aboard, nobody out. First pitch. Drag bunt attempt. It's pushed foul. Like the idea there from Stastny. Defense hasn't had many opportunities. You might be able to catch him sleeping.
Yeah, it's an interesting play, right? We've seen a lot of good swings, but it is a new pitcher. It's lefty on left, and a big pitcher at that. So I don't hate the bunt. And if you get it down and you get thrown out, at least you move the runners. A lot of lefties don't like facing other lefties, right? You know, that left on left really is a tough thing to handle.
Shows bunt again, gets it down the third baseline. Arsenault charging, throw to first is going to be late. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. Little bit of small ball from Czechia.
I love the bunt right there. I mean, perfectly placed down the third baseline, and the third baseman, Arsenault, unable to get it. I'm not sure if he was back behind. So he's so deep right there. There's no chance to throw a guy out at first. If you've already seen him bunt, find a way to take a couple steps in and give yourself a chance to get that bunt and throw somebody out at first base. The fact that he was that deep is the reason he's unable to play. That's a positioning thing. Hopefully next time left on left and somebody shows that, come in onto the grass and tell him you're not going to bunt or you're going to be out.
Tadeus Edmar, the 15-year-old, has maybe the most favorable opportunity of anyone today. Bases loaded, nobody out, up 4-0. Now ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Giving him the green light here, Gord?
Why not?
And a 4-pitch walk will drive home the 5th run of the inning for Czechia. Things have started to snowball a bit for Team Canada. And Czechia will bat around in the top of the 1st inning.
They'll bat around, and they haven't even made an out, Stefan. Speaking of snowballs, not a lot of those here currently. Nice pitch right there by Hubert. Pours one in for strike 1.
Dominic Michanek, whose favorite food is pancakes.
Whose isn't?
Well, in this part of the country, got to take him to Waffle House.
Yep.
Maybe that'll change his mind. His grandmother, a famous folk singer. He's trying to make sweet music with the barrel of that bat. This is popped foul and out of play.
Pancakes and folk music. Sounds like a recipe for a big win.
And moving on with the restaurant conversation, you could probably get both at your local Cracker Barrel. You ever play the peg game?
Of course.
You ever done it successfully?
Of course.
1-2 pitch is hammered into the netting foul.
You try enough times, you're going to get it.
Well, we both went to the Harvard of the South, University of Georgia. So I'd like to attribute our education and our ability to perform well in table-side games.
Getting a lot of side eye here in the booth on that comment, but people don't like the truth apparently.
1-2, check swing in the dirt. He didn't go around, says first base umpire Matt Everett. A 5 spot in the top of the 1st for Czechia. Michanek, their 9th place hitter. 2-2 count from Hubert, who desperately needs an out. This is high and wide, 3-2.
Well, to say that this next pitch is big is quite the understatement. They have not been able to get an out. He's now got somebody in a 3-2 count. There's outs all over the field.
And they just walked in another run. It's 6-0 Czechia. Every base runner has reached. And every single base runner that has gotten aboard has scored. Another mound visit for Canada. This is an uncommon position for this group. You look at what they did in their regional. In 7 of their 8 wins, where they went 8-0, they had 4 shutouts, and 3 of their wins, their opponents scored 3 or less runs.
Yeah,
this is the most runs that have been scored against them in the circuit.
Total departure from what they have done on the way here too easily, but the good news for Canada is it seems like they have a pretty good offense. They've scored a lot of runs, so there's a good chance they could get back into this game, but they've got to find a way to get an out. If you're Canada right here, as an infielder, you want to say, I've got an out at any base. Whichever way the ball takes me is where I'm going, and if we can get 2, even better.
An arm side. Missed down and in, 1-0. Jaromir Richter walked and scored all the way back in the top of the first inning, which we still happen to be in. It's 2-0. Being able to command pitches at this age level, almost paramount importance. There's a strike at the knees, 2-1.
Got to be able to throw strikes, right? And it all starts with the fastball. Find a way to throw fastballs for a strike and also be able to place it a little bit. That's really your bread and butter at this age. A lot of people want to throw breaking pitches, and they think that if I can throw a breaking pitch at this age, it's going to be good. But the good hitters are not going to swing at these balls. So you got to be able to throw that fastball for a strike to get them off the breaking pitches.
3-1 pitch. It's well wide. Ball 4. Another run has been walked in by Canada. It is 7-0 as Stastny comes in to score. It's the 3rd RBI walk of the inning. So it looks like Canada is going to make yet another pitching change. Their 2nd change of the inning. Appears they're going to turn to Alex Gaudreau. Actually, it's number 10, Elliot Maurice. So Maurice will be the 3rd pitcher to feature this inning, an inning that has seen Czechia score 7 runs, load the bases, and the first 2 Canadian pitchers have yet to record an out.
Number 10, Elliot Maurice.
Well, a good time to remind you that Little League is focused on helping programs. Well, sorry, you want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball, visit playlittleleague.org and answer your address to find a Little League community program near you. First pitch is low, ball and no strikes. Bases loaded, nobody out. Maurice, a right-hander working from the first base side of the rubber against Vaclav Mensik. And that gets to the backstop. Skips off the brick back to Laban. He recovers well to not allow any further advance.
Yeah, pretty good job by Edmar to see that that ball was going to be bouncing off of the brick and right back to the catcher, Labont. He holds up at third base, which is a good thing for him. He would have been dead at home, and he retreated back to third base with no problem.
Now 3 balls and no strikes. And again, in the dirt, another RBI walk. The 4th of the inning brings home the inning's 8th run. 8-0 Czechia. That's 4 consecutive walks, all of which have resulted in RBIs. Denis Ondrusek will take strike 1.
There it is. Pour it in there, Maurice.
Common theme that we've seen is on any pitches breaking away, they've started to pull to the outside against right-handed hitters. It's allowed them to get into favorable counts. That's called a strike. 1 and 2.
Finally in the driver's seat if you're Canada. Try to find a way to get that first out. Get the first out. Next ones will come.
And a called strike 3 rings up Denis Ondrusek. There's your first out of the inning, a much-needed one for Canada. And Jan Uher will come up for a second time. He's the 13th hitter to come up this inning.
Another pitch of the strikeout, and you see it. It's that fastball, and we talked about it. If you can throw that fastball for strikes, you're going to have a much better chance. It seemed like Canada was falling in love with some of the off-speed pitches early, and it hurt them. And all of a sudden, now Maurice come out. He's throwing a pretty good fastball, and he's got his first out of the inning.
Uher had an RBI single his first time up. Has the bases loaded and 1 out. It's 8-0 Czechia. As this is hit to short. Low liner. Played by the shortstop. Throw to first, and there's a 6-3 double play. Dauphiné with a nice play at short retires the side, but an 8 spot at the top of the first for Czechia will send us to the home half as Canada will bring their top of the first inning. Something Czechia would like to avoid. Silar is behind in the count, 3-0. But if you're Canada, you could have a similar game plan. Get on base, put pressure on the starting pitcher. Outside corner called for a strike, 3-1.
Yeah, you almost have to hope that Silar is wild to try to find a way back into this game. They're going to have to scratch. It's a long way from over, but they are in a big hole.
After falling behind, he gets back into the count with a fastball, 3-2. Christoph Silar speaks Czech, English, and German. He threw a no-hitter this past season during the regular season of their Little League slate. And a breaking ball never broke. Leadoff walk. So the home half of the first inning starts the same way that Czechia's offensive half began, with a leadoff walk.
Yeah, I'm just not sure I understand the breaking ball. You've got an 8-run lead. You don't want to try to throw a breaking ball. Might have been his first one of the game, 3-2. Misses up, and it's a walk. That's what I want to see him throwing, that fastball. It looks like he has pretty good command of it. Try to find that zone and get a ground ball. See it, let your defense work.
Small lead off first for Dauphiné. McMahon quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Down and in. That almost got a piece of McMahon. Good start for Canada offensively. This is grounded to first. Handled by Latke. The throw to Edmar in time. Back to first, and there's a 3-6-3 double play. Czechia with a great offensive game plan in the top of the first, shows off the leather in the home half and erases an early threat for Canada.
One of the hardest double plays to turn, and they just did it. Ground ball to the first baseman, Latke. He does a great job, turn and fires, and then gets right back to the bag, finds the bag, and a nice throw by Edmar. And it's 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
That's a play with a high level of difficulty even at the major league level, trying to get that lead runner and make an accurate throw to second.
Absolutely, and the thing that Latke did great is he was quick with the throw, but he made sure of a good throw and a good feed to shortstop, and then that shortstop, Edmar, easy turn for him. When you have that good throw from the first baseman, you know you have a chance at that point to turn right back around and fire it back to him, and they did that. A really nice double play by Czechia.
2-0 is right down the middle. It's been that fastball so far for Seelar that has gotten him into better counts. Justin Paquette trying to keep the inning alive. 2-2. The payoff pitch from Seelar is behind Paquette. And in some of these non-traditional baseball markets, you have the feeling that they're still learning a lot of things. This level of competition is different probably than most that they've experienced. So we have to have patience with these young guys on learning the games. I know that you and I get to watch Major League Baseball most nights for work, but there is something beautiful about the process of learning how to play this game.
No, it's a good point. I mean, these kids are just trying to figure it out. There's still a long way to go in their maturation process, and this is supposed to be fun, right? Obviously, it's not a lot of fun when you give up 8 runs in the top of the first, but you just got to get back out there, find a way to compete.
Ball gets away from Andrusik. Throw down to second is late. Nice read by Paquette to see that ball pop away from the catcher and move himself into scoring position.
Yeah, good read. Ball in the dirt, kicks away from the catcher Andrusik, and he's able to advance to second base to Paquette. Good job by him. Now they've got a runner in scoring position, potentially could eat into this lead.
So that'll be scored a stolen base, not a passed ball. Good work by Paquette. 20 pitches now for Christoph Seelar. The 1-2. His favorite team's the Milwaukee Brewers. I'll let you guess who his favorite player is. Your hint is in his favorite team.
Mizralski.
Yes, it is.
Who wouldn't like a guy that throws 105 miles per hour?
Well, if you have to watch him against the Cardinals 4 or 5 times a year.
You don't love him. Not a big fan?
Huge fan.
How good do you think they're going to be when they get Skubal at the trade deadline?
It's a bold take as that's hit back toward us. That'll be fun to monitor throughout the course of this event. The trade deadline falling pretty much right in the middle of these games. August 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern.
We'll be with you right here.
And a wave and a miss. Changeup retires Ladke. A nice pitch there by Maurice. And a good start for Team Canada in the top of the second inning.
I love a good fastball changeup combo, and Maurice has got one. He's throwing a nice fastball, but then he breaks a changeup right in the middle of the plate. Great action on that pitch by Maurice, and hopefully he leans more on that fastball changeup combination because it's working.
This is the lefty-heavy portion of the lineup for Czechia.
Obviously, changeup, good pitch to lefties. When you're a righty, the same is true. If a lefty's on the mound and you've got a righty at the plate, that changeup going away from their barrel is the reason why it's effective.
Lucas Hnack had an RBI single his last time up. Maurice has done an excellent job coming into this game and cleaning things up for Canada. Sometimes a thankless job. That janitor role is being able to eat some innings and help your team survive.
They've got to find a way to put up some zeros. That is for sure, Steph. And if they don't, this game is going to run away real quick again, away from the Canadians. So doing a good job as Maurice got a quick out to start the second inning. Looks like the Canadians came out a little bit more pep in their step here in the top of the second, bolting onto the field all together.
Another full count. And there's another walk. That's the 7th of the game for Canada's pitching staff. In a game like this, where it's been lopsided, sometimes you can take away the silver lining of, okay, they earned those runs. In many cases, in this game already, Czechia hasn't really had to swing the bat.
Yeah, they haven't had to do much, right? Canada's giving them these runs, these gifts, so to speak, with these walks. At this level, it's very hard to hit. I mean, the kids are still learning. Find a way to throw some strikes, and if you can really keep people off the bases.
Runner going, pitch in the dirt. It'll skip up and away from the catcher Lebon. And Hnack will move into scoring position. So Czechia not taking their feet off the gas pedal. There is a run rule in Little League and Senior League baseball. Just spiked and tough block for any catcher to try and keep that in front. Fly ball hit out to right center. Alcantara tracking. And it is caught in center field by Paquette. Hnack gets back to second and tags up to third. A productive out for Stasny. Moves the runner up 90 feet, but 2 are away, and no runs have come in for Czechia yet.
That ball was hit very well by Stasny. You're going to see it. It takes the right fielder and center fielder out to deep right center. Good thing for Canada is Paquette was playing him to pull. Without those couple steps in the right field direction, he might not have been able to get there, but he does. And 2 outs here for the Canadians.
That ball skips away from the catcher, and no advance from Hnack at third base. Tadeus Edmar wants to be a police officer. The ironic part of this is Maurice is the one trying to create some order in this game, as this is bounced to short. Dauphiné throws a strike to first. And that'll retire Czechia. So Canada puts up a goose egg in the top of the second. See if they can answer.
If the kids love to play, it's like, get them out there, have them play all spring, and let them play in the summer. It's fun.
Christophe Silar will dish home a strike to Brian Labonte, the catcher for Team Canada. Apparently his nickname is the Dumpster. Reason why they call him that.
Any context?
Yes, there is context. And going through these questionnaires, they say he's the Dumpster because he can eat his own meal and another 3 teammates without any issue. And he'll dump that into center, a leadoff base hit.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Kind of making me hungry too. Nice swing right there by the Dumpster Labonte. Got a breaking pitch and just serves that over the second baseman's head into right center field. A wonderful job to stay on that breaking ball, and Canada's got themselves a base runner. We know they can hit based on the numbers they put up getting here.
The key is don't leave any meat on the bone, because we know that Brian Labonte will not. Raphael Jacques will be second hitter to feature this inning. Power hitting DH.
He's got all the gear too.
We'll see if they put Labonte in motion. Blessed with catcher's speed. It's down and in, 2 balls and a strike. This is a Canada team that really has to be shell-shocked right now at how things are going. When you look at their run distribution throughout the regional, let me just give you a few of those numbers, Gordon. They won 29-0 in their 3rd game of the regional. In games 2 through 4, they outscored their opponents 54-0.
Wow.
And through their first 3 games of the regional, they scored 53 runs. And there's ball 4, so a fortuitous start for Canada in the bottom of the second.
Well, to your point, if anybody feels confident to swing the bats and get back into this game, it's got to be Canada. They know they can put up those numbers. Got to have that kind of confidence out here. Solar is doing a good job of, before this bottom of the second, he's been doing a great job of filling up the zone. Obviously a base hit and a walk now, and Canada's got a chance to get right back in this thing.
Yorick Arsenault will dig in. Get me over curveball is in for strike 1. Yorick wants to be a firefighter. He's got 2 men aboard with nobody out. Pitch up and in by the hands, 1-1. But think about that. You're a team that's so successful in your regional. You come and play against Czechia, a bit of an unknown on a yearly basis in this tournament. You know that they can play, but they aren't as close to baseball hotbeds as Canada is. Canada has a major league team. And they score 8 runs in the top of the first. How do you respond to that as a team?
Well, you just got to find a way to get back out there, start getting some outs, which they have done, and put some people on base and see what happens. I think this is a huge inning. If you can start eating into that lead now, there's this feeling of momentum that you can start to get. But if they keep putting up zeros, then going to be hard. And that kind of confidence wanes as the game goes, right? So you've got this bottom of the second, a couple guys on, and nobody out. Great opportunity. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Ball and 2 strikes. Big cut. That's hammered back into the netting. They'll throw behind the runner. Almost caught Brian Labonte napping. He took a big lead off second on Andrusic with the throw behind the runner.
Yeah, so far I'm pretty impressed by Czechia. They've done some really good things, and they're making some plays that are difficult, right? Throwing behind the runner. They've got a little bit of feel. It's been fun to watch, but unfortunately another walk.
So the bases are loaded for Canada. Nobody out. No better start for them, down by 8 runs, than to load up the bases.
Yeah, if you're Czechia, this is exactly what you don't want to see. You've got this 8-run lead, and all of a sudden, somebody gets a knock, and then a couple of walks loads the bases, and then one big swing, and Canada's right back in this thing. Like we said, they can hit the baseball. They put up some big numbers getting here, and they're looking to do more of the same here in Easley.
That's the 11th walk combined between these two teams. And you get the feeling, Gordon, if one team just starts throwing strikes, they're going to have a much better chance of winning this game. Even Canada, down by 8 runs, if they can push a couple of runs across an inning and throw strikes the rest of the way, they have a great chance of coming back in this game.
Absolutely, Stephen. You just cannot give people free passes. It doesn't matter if you're in Little League, Senior League, or the big leagues. Free passes come around to score.
Alexis Alcantara takes strike 1. Labont on third, Jacques on second, and Arsenault on first. Corner infielders pinch in. How difficult is it as a hitter here not to get too aggressive to try to bring those runs home?
Well, it's tough because he hasn't been throwing strikes, so in your mind you're like, I need to box him up right in the middle. I don't want to chase.
Swing and a miss.
But the problem with that mindset is if you don't want to chase, then you allow that pitch to get up on you and blow past you, just kind of like that one did. You got to be aggressive in the zone. I'm hitting until you're not.
And the 1-2 snaps right back into the zone. A beautiful pitch by Selar to get the first out of the inning. That's his first strikeout of the afternoon.
Also think that was his best breaking ball of the day. You could see Alcantara, he bends down thinking that's going to be north of the zone, and that ball breaks right over the middle of the plate. Out number 1 here for Czechia.
Both defenses recorded a double play in the first inning. Czechia looking to do it again with the bases loaded and only 1 away. Gabriel Tremblay will hit. He's behind the count, 0-2.
Pretty good meeting by Czechia. As soon as they went out there and talked about it, Selar has been right back where he was in the first inning, throwing strikes, being aggressive in the zone, out at any base for the defense for Czechia. And that breaking pitch just has not been consistent today. He threw a good one to Alcantara to strike him out, but that one kind of leans out over the plate. He's not finishing that pitch. He's got to get downhill.
1-2, grounded to third. Richter's going to come home with it. He'll not have a play. The catcher was off the plate.
Yeah, Richter comes home, and it looks like it's going to be an easy out and a potential double play, but you see the throw by Richter, he kind of short arms it a little bit, and I think it's the right call. Foot off the bag by Andrusek, and because of that, run scores first for Canada on the day. It's now 8-1. What looked like to be the second out of the inning and nobody scoring is not an out, and the first run of the game for Canada. So 8-1, and they're going to make a change.
So Canada gets a gift, and it makes it an 8-1 score. We're going to step aside. We'll bring you all the information on Czechia's new arm when we come back. Is down and away, ball 4. Another RBI walk, and Canada is a quarter of the way back. When you load the bases with nobody out, up by 8 runs, things can spiral out of control. And we said it earlier, 8-0 is a great lead, but it's tough to protect from a mentality standpoint.
That's right. You got to be able to be aggressive, and it looks like Czechia as much confidence as they had coming out in the first inning and also in the bottom. The pitcher, Selar, total command of his stuff, and it looked like he was getting back on it with that strikeout, but just unable to be consistent. And so they're going to the bullpen, Zahorik now, and Zahorik is having a hard time finding the strike zone. He's got to find a way to let his defense work here, throw strikes, and make Canada beat you with their bats.
McMahon grounded into a 3-6-3 double play his last time up. Letter high fastball will make it a 2-1 count. Leo loves to play pool. Try and deposit one into a corner pocket. A 3-1 count. So now a full count. Big pitch of importance for Czechia in this inning. If you lose McMahon, it'll be an 8-3 game. You let another run in and keep the bases loaded, suddenly the tying run comes to the plate. The full count offering to McMahon is high, ball 4.
Well, we sound like broken records, but walks are going to hurt you. Gets it back to 3-2 to Zahorik, but that ball floats out of there. Looks like he's trying to guide it versus just throw it. It's one of those things, as you start to learn stuff and you get a little bit older in the game, you learn you just got to stop thinking about it and just go after it. It looks like he was feeling for that pitch, and that's why he walked him.
6 of 11 runs batted in this game between these two teams have come via RBI walks. Justin Paquette walked his first time.
Canada right back in this ball game. They've got 3 here in the bottom of the second, which is cut into that 8-0 lead. Now 8-3. And we know, based on the numbers, that Canada can put up runs and put them up in a hurry.
1-1 is low. 2 balls and a strike. Tremblay on third, Delphine at second, and McMahon on first. On the ground to third, it's mishandled by Richter. He's going to apply the tag at third base, stayed with it. It cuts the initial 8-0 lead in half on an RBI ground out, but what a play by the third baseman Richter to nab the runner at third base.
Really good recovery too. Initially cannot handle that hot shot, but he stays with it. The ball luckily jumps right up into the sky. He's able to stay with it, catch it, and then apply the tag at third base. A big second out. A run does score, so like you said, Stefan, 8-4, but a huge out for Czechia.
Much more manageable game if you're Canada. They have some momentum behind them. Their cleanup hitter, Alex Gaudreau, who flew out to center his first trip, says he'd like to meet Shohei Ohtani.
Well, who wouldn't?
Runner advances to third. It gets away from Richter. Here comes McMahon. He's going to score, and Canada makes it a 3-run game. Some aggressive base running leads to a defensive miscue. And now this game is very interesting.
Yeah, ball gets away, actually didn't get away, and then just unfortunately Andrusek rushes the throw down to third base. They can't handle it, and a run scores.
So the double steal was on for Canada. At this level, a single or a walk turns into a double pretty quickly. Now Now Gaudreau with a single could make it a 2-run game. They'll throw behind the runner again. A much better throw by Andrusic, but Paquette dives back in safely. Runner on second. 2 outs, a 3-1 count to Gaudreau. The pitch is in the dirt, ball 4. If you can believe it, after an 8-run top of the first inning, here in the bottom half of the second, Canada will bring the tying run to the plate.
Would not have believed that after the first inning. It looked like this game was going to be an absolute runaway. It is not, and Canada's right back in it. A big swing, and they are tying this ball game.
So it's up to the dumpster. First pitch called strike. He singled back in the second inning.
He's got quite the appetite. Let's see how much appetite he has to tie this ball game up.
He's been patient. Not swinging at any of the appetizers.
Waiting for the main course.
Some people don't know if this is a broadcast or a Michelin guide. The 0-2 pitch is hit out to right. Uher will settle underneath and make the catch. A 5 spot in the bottom of the second, and Canada has some life. We're heading to the third from Easley in the international side of the bracket. Dominic Michanek has nothing to swing at there. 3-1. There's ball 4. That's the 15th walk combined between these two teams. And you know that Czechia is going to be off and running, trying to extend that lead, especially after a big inning for Canada.
Well, you talk about a punch, counter punch. This is the wrong way to start this inning, right? You walk the first batter. Your offense just got you 5 runs. You're back in the game. Try to find a way to get that ball over the plate. I know it's easier said than done, but got to find a way to make the offense beat you with their bats, not their legs.
Gigantic leadoff first for Michanek. And time called behind the plate. Back to the top of the order with Jaromir Richter. He's walked twice, has an RBI. He's also scored a run. And the throw will get away from the first baseman, Gaudreau, and no further advance. Michanek just didn't pick up on the errant throw from Maurice. He'll stay plastered on first base. If Canada finds a way to come back in this game, the MVP of the game is the man on the mound.
That's right. He stopped the bleeding.
And it wasn't just bleeding, it was hemorrhaging runs in that top half of the first inning.
Yeah, he did a good job. He got the first out in that first inning, by the way. Went through 2 pitchers before they were able to get that first out, and Maurice has been the man since then.
Outside corner, called a strike, 0-2. Bit surprised we haven't seen Michanek in motion.
Well, I will say Maurice has done a good job slide stepping a few times. That's going to shut down a run game pretty quick. But to your point, it's hard to throw runners out at this level. So got to make the defense throw you out. Give them a shot.
0-2. Richter at third base today for Czechia. His favorite Major League Baseball player, Manny Machado. Have a couple of guys on Czechia who love the San Diego Padres. Richter and Christoph Sielar, who started the game. Runner going. Defensive swing by Richter will force a U-turn from Michanek.
Both of them like Manny Machado?
Both of them like the San Diego Padres.
Interesting.
Richter loves Manny Machado.
You know, my brother-in-law plays for the Padres.
I did know that.
Second baseman.
Yes.
Jake Cronenworth.
These guys would be really excited if he was in here doing the games.
They would. And not us. But this is what they got.
That slap down the left field line and fair. That'll tuck you into a corner. Michanek on his horse. He's rounded third. They're going to wave him. He's in standing up. An RBI double for Jaromir Richter. Makes it a 9-4 game.
Well, this is a great answer by the Czech team. Coming right back and putting up a run with nobody out here in the top of the third. You see it, breaking pitch. Looked like that changeup left it top of the zone. And Richter does a great job of hacking at that ball top of the zone. Keeps it fair, though. Really good swing by him. The ball almost makes it to the wall. And 9-5 now by the Czech team.
It's Václav Mencik. Seeing a little bit of small ball from Czechia. Is this a situation where you'd lay down a bunt and try and add on?
I like just hitting away, especially with a man on second base. If you can find a way to kind of guide yourself to the right side of the field, but still think about hitting the ball hard, a lot of good things will happen. Takes a really good approach, and it takes some patience to wait for your pitch. But I'd be swinging away, especially with the way that they've swung the bat so far. They've had some good swings off this Canadian pitching staff.
1-1 count to Mencik with a runner in scoring position. That's floated too high. Mencik has a pretty interesting superstition before every game. He wears his left sock on his right foot.
You don't say.
Now, Gordon, I am of a population of people that really doesn't know the difference between my left sock and my right sock. So that's attention to detail.
It is. I mean, these days, though, they generally have an L and an R on the sock. We're from the age group that grew up without that. Nowadays, these guys have tailored options for their feet, which probably helps their baseball game. You'd have to imagine.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Mencik. Well, actually, that was a 3-2 count. And Mencik's over to first with another walk. Well, that left sock hasn't had much friction. That's the 3rd walk of the game for Mencik. Should I explain the layers of that joke right there?
So good.
Hasn't had to run hard, considering all the walks.
Well, let's see if they put him in motion here.
Andrusik gets strike 1 on the outer edge. Still a very manageable game for Canada. They're down by 4. They were down by double that after the first inning of offense. Wild pitch will advance both runners. Throw down to third is late. And now things are starting to unravel again for Canada. Maurice, the 3rd pitcher used in this game. He was the 3rd pitcher used in the top of the first inning. Fly ball hit to center. should be enough to bring home Richter. The catch made by Paquette. Throw goes into third, and it's a sacrifice fly to make it a 10-5 Czechia lead.
Nice job by Andrusek, not trying to do too much. Takes it into the middle of the part of the field, which is what you're taught to do. Get the ball up in the air in the middle part of the field with the runner on third base and less than 2 outs. He does just that, and it's an easy sac fly. And a RBI for Andrusek. It's now 10-5 Czechia.
So Jan Uher, one of the most experienced players on this team, has his team up by 5. With another runner in scoring position. Let's take a look at that lead off second for Vaclav Mensik. He's 8 or 9 steps behind the bag. You start to see Tremblay creep over in case they want to have a play. Uher has singled, grounded into a double play. 15 combined runs between the two teams. If you think that number's big, there have also been 15 walks between the two teams. Nothing in one. It's bounced in the dirt. Great block by Labonte. The throw won't be made to third as a nice jump from Mensik advances him. See how that's scored. Either it's a wild pitch or a stolen base. It's a wild pitch. Still just 1 out. Infield in. Ground ball up the middle. Diving try. It's off the glove of the shortstop. Dauphiné into center, an RBI single, and it's 11-5.
Well, they bring the infield in to try to cut down that run at home plate, knowing it's a precious one, and now 11-5. That ball's definitely caught and out at first base if the infield is back. But infield's in, and it squeaks through the middle. 11-5 now Czechia.
And we'll say it again, punch, counter punch. You look at the box score, 8 runs in the first inning for Czechia, 5 in the second for Canada, and a 3 spot once again for the Europe-Africa representatives. That's spiked in the dirt over the right shoulder of Labonte. And Uher advances into scoring position.
Looks like Maurice is starting to labor a little bit. He did a great job coming in when he was clearly not expecting to come in at the top of the first. He's done good since then, but this top of the third has been hurtful for him and the Canadians. A 6-run lead for the Czech team, and they're not done yet.
You get the feeling this game is going to be pitched by committee the rest of the way for both sides. Czechia went to their bullpen in the second inning. That almost hits Richard Latke.
Not really sure how it didn't hit him.
Here's an interesting note about Latke. He said if he could meet anybody in the baseball world, he would like to meet Munenori Kawasaki.
Interesting.
You ever see the videos of Munenori Kawasaki?
Played against him, and yes, he seems like a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. A lot of insight on why monkeys never cramp.
Yep. Banana.
They'll throw behind the runner. That gets into center field. Uher dives back into second. Nice reaction by Paquette to get to that baseball. And again, Canada just searching for any way to get an out, even if it's an ill-advised attempt.
Had the right idea. He was way off of second base, was Uher, looking to go, and they did pick him off, but unfortunately nobody at the bag.
Hitters count for Latke. That spun off the end of the bat down the third base side. Big pitch for Maurice and Canada. Huge lead off second. They've got the runner. The throw goes into second and not third. A stolen base for Uher. They had him dead to rights. If Maurice pivoted his hips toward third base. And again, Czechia taking advantage.
Yeah, they had the right idea, but as soon as you pick him off, don't throw it to second base. If he's running to third, Maurice ends up going through with it. It's the right idea, but you'll learn if you can pick him off, find a way to go straight to him, get him in a pickle, and hopefully you've got yourself an out. But Maurice with a good job to come right back with a changeup and get Latke for the second out of this inning. So
Raphael Jacques, who walked to put runners on first and second last inning, will go to work against David Sitar, one of the returning members of 2025's team. That handcuffs him. It's spun towards short. Edmar charges gloves, grips guns, and the throw to first is in time to retire the leadoff man in the third.
Nice play by the shortstop. Edmar handcuffed the hitter Jacques, but Edmar does a good job to cut down that angle. Charge this baseball, gets around it, and throws a strike to first base for out number one here in the bottom of the third.
There's a bunt down the third base side. Andrusic's throw to first is right on the money, and two are very quickly retired. So Sitar has come in and done nice work.
Yeah, two quick outs. It's a welcome sight for the Czech team. You put up a big number, a crooked number there in the top of the third, and then get two quick outs. That's the way to do it. Andrusek with a really good throw and a ill-advised slide by Arano. But I like the hustle. I like the grit. Just a little bit late.
Opportunity for a 1-2-3 inning. Something we haven't seen yet in this game. Is bounced in the dirt. Again, you look at the way the bracket works here at the Senior League Baseball World Series. You win that first game, it puts you in a really good position to advance to the semifinals. It's double elimination by the way that it plays out. Swing and a miss. It's 2-1. Alcantara struck out looking his last time. Now he grounds it to short. Edmar will make the throw to first. It's out of the glove of Latke, and an error by Czechia puts a runner aboard. See who that error is charged against.
Probably going to be to the first baseman. Edmar with the throw that looked high, but the jump by Latke made it really hard to track that baseball, and because of that, it's not an out and not the first 1-2-3 inning of the game.
Czechia has a second error. This is popped up. Andrusik moving toward the dugout, makes a good catch, and that'll retire the side. Canada out of luck in the bottom. It's become more of a game here in Easley, South Carolina. Czechia opened the score with 8 runs in the top of the first. They lead 11-5, but the run rule always a factor in games like this. You see it there. You score 10 or more runs more than the opponent, you're leading by that much after 5 innings, the game is over. 15 or more runs after 4 innings, the game is over, but the home team must bat through that inning. So that'll be Canada in this case, who will turn to a new pitcher It was the former designated hitter, Raphael Jacques. So he comes in relief to face 7, 8, and 9 for Czechia. 5'11". We still use the customary system here. Another strike.
Talk me through that, the customary system.
Feet, not meters.
Oh, yes.
Inches, not centimeters.
Of course. The metric system, yes, I've heard of it in school.
Harvard of the South.
Well, they let me in because of a baseball scholarship. We have to remember that.
Yeah, let's unpack that a little bit.
Yeah.
First round draft pick. We were talking about Georgia's success in the tournament this year, and you said pretty casually, I don't watch them all that much, not because somebody's breaking one of my records, but because the fact that the metal bats are different nowadays. The ball's just jumping. You see a lot of runs with the metal bats.
Yeah, there are a lot of runs, and now that they're using that ball, the AAA ball, as this ball's hit out to center field, and an easy can of corn by Paquette for out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. But yeah, they're using AAA, AA balls, and those balls are wound real tight. And when you have that, the baseball's wound that tight, and you have a metal bat, they are going to go. And you see that with the numbers. Georgia, University of Georgia this year, if you don't know, we're talking about college baseball. They were excellent, and they hit a lot of homers.
A good breaking ball there by Jacques. Gets a swing and miss from Tadeusz Edmar. His favorite athlete, Anthony Edwards. Ground ball to the left side. Backhanded by the shortstop. The throw to first is dug out but late. How about that play?
What a pick by the first baseman. Gaudreau with an excellent pick at first base. I thought he hung on to the bag, but unable to do so. Really nice play, too, by the shortstop, Dauphiné. They're not going to challenge it, so it'll be a base hit.
Infield hit and a strike. Dominic Michanek. Here's a look at how close this play was, and you'd have more than a case on challenging that play. Little looper into shallow right. That'll drop down for a hit. Rounding second, moving to third is Edmar. The throw is late. Advancing on the throw is Michanek, and now 2 in scoring position for Czechia.
Czechia keeps the pressure on, and a really good job all the way around by some base running here by the Czech team. This ball's looped into right field, but what you won't see is you'll see Edmar running hard. He's going there all the way to third base, and on the throw to third base, a good job by Michanek to get to second base on the overthrow. So well done by the Czech team, showing some good baseball aptitude.
That run rule number, important to keep in mind. Up by 6, a chance for a pair more with a hit. And it's Jaromir Richter who doubled down the left field line his last time up. He's reached base all 3 times he's been up today. He smokes that to deep center. Paquette drifts back, and ranging too far off the bag was Edmar. He doesn't advance on the sacrifice fly attempt. Everybody has to stay put, and a big break for Canada.
Not sure if he lost track of the outs or exactly how hard this ball was, but it was hit. But Paquette was out there, no problem, out there in deep center field. waiting underneath it. Edmore all the way down the line. He was almost at home plate, so he had to go back and tag, and by that point, no opportunity to score. A big out and no run.
Here's another look at what Edmore did. He heard the sound and didn't see the result. Must have thought there were 2 outs.
That's what it looked like, Stephen. I've been there in the big leagues, so it's all part of it, but tough one when you're trying to scratch another run and get that lead closer to that run rule.
Popped up, right side. Who's going to get it? It's the second baseman, Tremblay, who puts it away. And Czechia cannot add to their lead. It's 11-5. Canada searching for an answer. Bottom 4 up next.
That they had last year, because they were a really solid team and did a lot of the right things on the baseball field, a lot of good fundamentals. And you know that the Texas team is coming in here with more of the same of that, so we're looking forward to the nightcap here in a few hours. Excuse me, an hour.
Malik Dauphiné, who's really been a standout at shortstop today, pops one to his counterpart. Edmar will make the catch for the first out. So Leo McMahon, little dig in for a 3rd time. Grounded into a double play, walked, scored a run. Canada has scored 5 runs with only the luxury of having 1 hit. Walks will do that.
That's what walks will do. Starting to settle into this game are both teams, though. A couple goose eggs recently, and Sitar looking very solid on the mound.
Ground ball to second. Mensik's throw is perfect, and 2 are quickly retired in the bottom of the 4th. So it's Paquette with nobody on and 2 out. Biggest difference between David Sitar and the other pitchers we've seen, he's just pounding the zone. He's retired 5 of the 7 hitters he's faced. There's the second base runner he's allowed. A 2-out single shot right back up the middle.
Yeah, but that's okay, right? He's throwing he's throwing strikes. He's making the Canadian team hit their way on. That's what you want, because you're going to force Canada to have 2 or 3 hits in a row to score a run versus a walk, which is just getting them into scoring position. So he's been really solid. See if he can get out of this inning with another goose egg for Czechia.
Gaudreau is hitless today. He's flown out to center. Walked in the second. Canada running out of time. Down by 6 runs. They had a really productive second inning of offense, scoring 5 runs to make it a 3-run game, then immediately gave 3 of those runs right back. And that served into right, went down and got it, a base hit the other way. Paquette will slam on the brakes at second, but a good piece of hitting by Gaudreau puts him on first and second with 2 outs.
Really nice piece of hitting by Gaudreau. Gets a pitch down and away and just stays with it, serves it. Really nice inside-out swing, but stays inside of that baseball. He sees that big hole over there and is like, look, it looks like he went right for it. Lines that ball into the outfield, and now Canada got a chance to cut into that 6-run lead by the Czech team.
So Brian LeBon has 2 aboard. Ball to the gap here could make this game much more interesting. So I guess he has 2 nicknames.
I've got the same nickname.
Come on, Bry. Come on, Bry.
They're going to throw behind the runner at first. He's back in time. Labonte looking for his paternal instincts to kick in. If the baseball was one of his hypothetical children, they're in need of some punishment, maybe a grounding of some kind.
Well, if he gets acting up, you could spank it.
Don't know if you could do that nowadays.
Well, as the dad of 2 boys that are 4 and 6, I can beg to differ.
3-1 pitch is laced down the right side, 3-2. So both Canadian runners will get a head start with the pitch. Let's see what he has for Labonte. Sitar's payoff pitch is popped up in foul ground. Can anybody get it? It is going to go over the railing and out of play. We saw a play there last year that was one of the most impressive plays that I've ever seen at any level of baseball. A kid named Jacob Height made the catch. He jumped up and over the railing to make a play. Bail his pitcher out.
Yeah, full speed. Incredible play. Probably on SportsCenter top 10.
And the payoff is down and away. Base is loaded. And big Raphael Jacques will come up. Sitar was rolling through his first inning and 2/3 of work. Since recording the second out in the 4th, single, walk. His first offering to Jacques is low in the dirt. A good block by Andrusik. Nearing 6 o'clock. Local time in Easley, South Carolina. Got another game at 7:30 tonight. Whole lot of room the other way for Jacques if he can shoot one that way. And he does. Ground ball left side. That's through for a base hit. 1 run scores. They're going to hold the runner at third and play station to station. Canada makes it an 11-6 game. Hit it where they ain't. And that's exactly what Raphael Jacques did.
Well, you called it. You said there's a big hole in the left side of the infield, and there was, and Jacques just goes right to it, smacks that ball to the left side. There's a great look by our crew of where he hit that baseball, and it's going to be station to station because they're still down 5 runs. All of this with 2 outs. What a great rally by Canada to scratch across a run after 2 quick outs. You thought that this was going to be another quick inning.
And how does the mentality change if you're Canada? You're going up to the plate almost expecting to walk. Now against Sitar, the opposite. He throws strikes.
He throws strikes, so you've got to be aggressive, right? Then you're not going to go up there looking to walk. You're going to go up there looking for your pitch to hit.
Nothing to swing at there. Changeup down and away. A ball and a strike. Gaudreau stands on third, Labonte on second, and Jacques on first. Arsenault will have to jackknife out of the way of that. Almost unbuckled his belt. 2 balls and a strike. And that hit him. Up and in on the hands No easier RBI than that. You'll have to wear it. But a bruise that I'm sure he will appreciate, and so will his teammates. It's now 11-7.
As we watch the replay, see that foot down early, and yep, right on his right hand, top of the hand. It's not going to feel good, but that RBI is a nice one. Coach out there to talk to Sitar, who was rolling in this bottom of the fourth, and now all of a sudden has given up a couple, and the bases are still loaded.
That appears to be TAM GIAC, manager of Czechia. No relation to Raphael Jacques, who's standing on second for Team Canada. Maybe somewhere down the line.
Pitch runner at second base for Team Canada, number 9, lattungquakhu.
Pinch runner comes into the game as this is hit to short and caught on a line by Edmar. So a quick and easy out for Sitar, but a couple more runs for Canada. It's 11-7. On to the fifth.
Should get right back into this game at the bottom of the fifth.
Denis Ondrusek, the catcher for Czechia. He'll take strike two. From inside corner to outside corner. Ondrusek says his dream job is to sell real estate. Ground ball to third, backhanded by Arsenault. Strong throw to first, and a nice play at the corners from Canada to retire the leadoff man in the fifth.
Nice play by Arsenault, ranging to his right side, able to stab that ball before it gets down the left field line. Would have been trouble and at least two for Czechia, and it's not. It's an out. Great job. Canada doing a really good job of finding that strike zone. So far, Jacques has been doing a wonderful job since he came on last inning to throw some strikes and get some quick outs.
Well, here's where the experience comes into play as Canada starts creeping back into this game. Jan Uher, in his second Senior League World Series, is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. His favorite team, the Dodgers. Trying to play like a champion in the top of the fifth. Canada will have 9, 1, and 2 due up. So the top of their order looming, down by just 4 runs. That's half as much as they trailed by after the first inning. Big cut by Uher.
Yeah, definitely a good swing right there. He was all over it. That's what happens when you have a round ball and a round bat, though. You don't always connect. Fouled it straight back.
Swing and a miss. Great pitch by Jacques, retires Uher. That's his first strikeout of the evening. Only the 4th of the game for the Canadian pitching staff, but 2 quick outs puts them in good position as Richard Ladke comes up.
See the pitch right here, just top of the zone, and gets it right past Uher, who was all over the pitch before, but Jacques with a great job, and he is really mowing down this Czech team, and the momentum you can sense from that the Canada team is palpable.
A chance to retire the side in order. Ladke takes down and in. Tall, powerful left-handed frame for Latke. He was trying to hit that to Greenville. It's been a hot and muggy evening in Easley, South Carolina. The only thing hotter, the action in this game. 11-7 your score as Czechia leads Canada. As we head to the bottom of the fifth, 9-1 and 2 are due up. So Gabriel Tremblay will lead things off. Seeing some defensive changes for Czechia. We'll bring those to you as soon as we get them. Tremblay has reached once. He'll take strike one. His dad, Nicholas Tremblay, said Gabriel can eat enough for 10 people and never gain any weight.
Gosh, I remember those days. About to turn 40.
Shows bunt, pushes it back foul, 0-2.
It doesn't work the same way when you get older, Stefan.
That felt ageist. Is it because I'm young?
No, it's because you don't eat. We need to get you a hamburger.
Yes. Well, no, I just have such a great metabolism
here.
And exercise like crazy. That's what I'll have the viewers believe. O2 is outside. And you, on the other hand, before you even said hi to me, you had a burger in your hand.
Correct. Well, it was a long drive from Atlanta, so you have to
should be enough to
get that energy in your body before you can come out here and be able to do your best in the booth, if you know what I mean.
It's a 2 hours is a long time to make it a 10-5 Czechia lead. Straight back into the netting.
This is a strenuous drive.
Ball and 2 strikes. Tremblay trying to get aboard for his team down by 4 runs. He'll pop it up. Back behind the third base dugout. Stay at 1-2. So here are our changes for you. Number 19 has checked into the game. Get you his name here in a second. Now a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
As we're waiting on those changes, you can start to see a lot of action out in the parking lot. A lot of cars starting to show up for this Easley team. They're the home team. They didn't have to go far, as we showed earlier. 0 miles.
Ground ball to first. Takes a high hop off the shoulder of Latke. That'll be a base hit. As soon as it hit the infield dirt, took a bad hop, and Canada will take the break.
Wow, what a terrible hop. The first baseman, Latke, lucky to still have his face after this one. Whoa. I mean, right off his right shoulder. Thankfully, it missed the face. And it's going to be a base hit, but that is what happens sometimes on these fields. You're going to get him chopped up a little bit. That's exactly where people are leading off, and that's where you get bad hops.
And that's the end of the line for David Sitar, one of the returning members from last year's Senior League World Series team. They'll make a pitching change with the game somewhat in the balance, if you think about it. A 4-run difference. So we'll step aside. Great game here at JB Red Owen Sports Complex.
And now a runner on third base, nobody out. Sac fly will score him.
No, it's crazy to think about since we've been here for 2 hours and 15 minutes and we're in the bottom of the fifth. But there are still a lot of opportunities for Canada should they score in this inning. This game's far from over. 1-1 count to Dauphiné. That throw to first was the 4th error by Czechia. Corner infielders pinched in. Breaking ball stayed up. So a few of the defensive changes. As there's a wild pitch. Brings home a run.
Yeah, so the catcher, when he threw it back to the pitcher, unfortunately, pitcher jumped, was unable to make the catch. Here it is. I mean, I'm not sure. I didn't think it was that bad of a throw, but it was. And next thing you know, it's a run for the Canadians.
So another error. And a full count. That was a case of me looking down at the scoreboard at the wrong time.
Yep, it's all part of it.
Happens.
Didn't expect it. I'm going to just say it. It's an E carry right there.
That's my fault.
You know what? The Czech might have had their 5th error right there, but I'm going to have to call one on you.
The irony of that is the Czech team had an error when I didn't check the field. As there's another walk.
Well, we'll get it back in check.
It's Leo McMahon, and that gets by the catcher all the way to the backstop. Andrusik has had a tough inning so far. Another runner in scoring position. Canada down by just 3 now, and a chance to get closer in this game to Czechia than they've been since the first 4 hitters of this game.
This game's been an odyssey.
That it has. That it has. So your defensive changes. Adam Heipel in left. Michanek moves to short. Edmar to second. That's laced back toward us. Beg your pardon. As that's served into left, it's dropping and down for a hit. They're going to throw it back into the shortstop. There might have been a play at third base. Canada will bring the tying run to the plate with nobody out. With one swing, this game is tied.
Goes down and gets it, stays inside of it. Really good pitch, but even better swing by McMahon. And there's a guy right in front of him. Unfortunately, did not throw to third. And it's first and third, nobody out. Canada marching back, and that's going to be in the dirt and allow the runner to move up. McMahon, good job by him, seeing that ball in the dirt and taking off immediately. They've got 2 in scoring position, and they are in the best position they've been this whole game.
Paquette singled his last time up. Now 1-1 count. A lot of pressure on Brebech. Outfield playing shallow in case they need to make a throw. This has become a ball game, folks. On the outside corner, there's strike 2. Especially in left with Heipel. He is ready to make a play if needed. And that goes all the way to the backstop. No advance as there's ball 4. Or hit by pitch, I beg your pardon. That explains the lack of advance from third.
See where it got him. Gets away from him and then skips, hitting him in the calf. Yep, he's pointing right to it. Perfect. Got him in the left calf, and the bases are loaded. They're only down 3 runs. Doubling the gap clears them, and this is a tie ball game.
So Alex Gaudreau will take outside. There's really no incentive to swing right now with lack of command from Brabech. A single probably means 2 runs. This is exactly what Canada did back in the 2nd inning when they scored 5. Talked about an average 12 runs a game in their regional. Ground ball to short. Edmar can't handle it. It's off his glove. Run comes in to score, and Czechia gives Canada another gift.
Well, the 6th error on Czechia, and this is unraveling for the Czech team. Had a chance for a double play. Unfortunately, they're unable to get an out, and the bases are still loaded. It'll be an E6. Here's a replay of it. Chopper, 2-hopper to the shortstop, and you see that ball kind of stayed down a little bit. The shortstop, Edmar, did not want to give it enough ground. If you give a little bit more ground or come get that big hop, you've got a better opportunity to get an out. Unfortunately, he was unable to do so, and another run scores. It's 11-9, and we've got ourselves a ball game, Stefan.
That we do. A new pitcher. He'll have Brian LeBon coming up to the plate. You can hear the energy in the Canadian crowd. Started in an immediate 8-run hole. First pitch is in the dirt. The team from 40 miles outside of Montreal. Trying to come back in the most unlikely of circumstances.
I will say, when this game started, it looked like it was going to be a run rule in favor of the Czech, and Canada didn't give up. They kept scratching away, and they are right back where they need to be. A base hit ties this ball game.
Two balls and a strike. McMahon on third, Paquette on second, Gaudreau on first. But it appears they have used Alexis Alcantara as a special pinch runner. Weak ground ball, left side, charging Edmar. He's gonna have one throw to first, it's late. Advancing home is Paquette, the throw there's late too. Canada has tied the game. Alcantara to third, the throw there is high into left. Everybody advances, the Canadians have tied the game at 11.
You would not have believed it if you saw it. And unfortunately for the Czech, they continue the tough look of kicking the ball around in the infield, and because of that, it's a tie ball game. It's just a tapper. Probably no chance to get the out at home, or excuse me, at first base because of the speed of the runner and how softly the ball is hit. Nonetheless, they throw it over. It goes in the dirt. The ball kicks away, and Canada scores the second run. The ball is then thrown home, and when it's thrown home, it gets past the catcher, Andrusek, and he throws it to third base. It gets past the third baseman. All that said, there's nobody out. There's runners on second and third, and it's a tie ball game.
Czechia has committed 8 errors in this game. You could consider a walk an error of the non-literal kind. But 8 errors is tough to come back from, even if you score 8 runs in the first inning. So runners on second and third, nobody out. Czechia will have to bring their infield in. Two-0 pitch. It's splits the plate. On the ground to first. There's only one play, and it's not the one the first baseman chooses. Another error will score a pair. Latke went toward first, realized the runner was streaking home. He must have thought that they weren't going to send the runner on an infield ground ball, and Canada has capitalized over and over again on some poor defense in the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, it looks like Latke doesn't see him going because he's looking at a second base for some reason versus the runner at third base, and because of that, he gets caught off guard and then ill-advised throws a late throw to home plate. Nobody out still, and 2 runs score, and it's 13-11 Canada. What a turn of events in this ball game. A lot of twists and turns. It has been an absolute roller coaster, but Canada on top.
Ground ball back to the mound. Throw to first in plenty of time on the bunt. Sacrifice works to move Jacques into second. And now Canada is in small ball mode. Try to add on. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this, Gordon. What an incredible comeback by Canada, but circumstance-wise, 9 errors. We're an hour away from first pitch between the host team Easley and the Southwest representatives Laredo, Texas. New hitter is in for Canada, Jacob Henry.
You can see Easley in the background, the home team marching in to the friendly confines of Greg Powell Field.
0-2. Strike 3. That was a nice pitch there by Resnicek. Look at this thing come back into the zone.
Yeah, great pitch. Nice breaking ball. Throws the Canada hitter and catches him looking for out number 2 here.
This is the 3rd time in this game where a half inning has featured 10 or more hitters. Gabriel Tremblay, whose role model is Martin St. Louis, is ahead in the count, 2-0. He's also a Brian Wu fan.
Great fastball.
And he throws him for strikes. Resnicek's 2-1 pitch. It's by Andrusik. Advancing another 90 feet is Jacques. And Canada is really starting to feel it.
Watch the replay of the pass ball. Andrusik not able to handle it. So the runner, Jacques, will move up to third base. Still 2 outs.
You see that number, 9 errors, has allowed the Canadian team to come back in this one.
The funny part about that 9 errors is they're still in the game. They're only down 2 runs here, and they've got 6 outs to play with.
Lucas Hanak, who's 1 for 2. Try to get aboard. 2 runs, not that difficult to get in a game like this, but all the momentum has swung to the Canadians. As this is bounced up the middle, it'll get through for a base hit. A sliding try by Tremblay, and he can't get it. Good start for Czechia to put the leadoff man aboard.
Good things happen when you put the ball in play, and this is exactly that. Just a tapper past the pitcher, but it's able to find an area where they were not, and it's a base hit.
Now batting, the center fielder, Adam Stastny.
Adam Stastny will have an opportunity here as he ropes this into right. That's down. Rounding second and pushing for third is Hanak, and now they're on the corners with nobody out. So Czechia comes right back with a couple of hits to set themselves up in the top of the 6th.
Well, if there's one thing we've seen, neither team's going to go down without a fight. Another knock here. It looks like a changeup or some sort of knuckleball. Either way, it's hit out into right field, and you can see how that ball takes back off into closer to right center. Really good job by Stastny to stay inside of that, and he's going to get off of first base, and he's looking for a throw, didn't get it.
He stayed about 15 feet off first, almost trying to entice LeBon to throw behind the runner and bring that run home. Right now, there's nobody out.
But at the same time, they're down 2 runs, so that 1 run is relatively irrelevant.
Middle infielders are pinched towards second. Runners on the corners, nobody out. It's a 2-run lead for Canada. They trailed by as many as 8. Started to see the crowd pour in for the 7:30 game between Laredo and Easley. They'll throw behind the runner. A nice block by the first baseman, Gaudreau, to keep that in the neighborhood. See the fans from Laredo pouring in. What a great atmosphere. It's turned out to be a beautiful night in Easley, South Carolina. Ball and a strike, Jacques' pitch. Clips the top of the zone, 1-2. Czechia averaged just over 7 runs a game in their regional as Edmar can't get that breaking pitch out and away. That's the second strikeout for Jacques. It comes at a very welcome time.
Yeah, important strikeout there for Jacques. First and third, nobody out, and he's able to get this out. You see the breaker up and away, a little cutter action, and gets Edmar to chase.
Runner going, throw comes down to second. It is going to be late. That was a heady play there by the shortstop, Dauphiné, to let that ball go through. He saw that the runner at third wasn't advancing, so he let that throw go through.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to handle this. They actually have the shortstop come in for the potential to relay that ball to home, but one thing I would say is there should never be a worry about the guy at third base when the tying run is at second base, so you got to find a way to get an out. But to your point, good job to let that ball go through and potentially get the out at second base.
Ball at 2 strikes. Jacques has settled in nicely after giving up back-to-back singles to start the inning. Michanek has reached base all 3 times. And this is pulled way outside The friendly backstop for catchers will ring it back toward the field of play, and no advance for Czechia. They value that runner on third more than they do the gamble of bringing him home.
Something to watch throughout the week, though, is those pass balls that get right back to the backstop. They have a tendency to bounce right back to the catcher, so you got to make sure it kicks away if you're going to try to score.
The international side of the bracket has started off in very interesting fashion. 2-2, swing and a miss. Michanek retired, back-to-back strikeouts swinging, and 2 are away. It'll bring up the top of the order.
Yeah, huge pitch right here. Look at it, I think it's a knuckle or a splitter of some sort. It's a, whatever it is, it's hard to hit. We'll have to get an actual name of that pitch after the game. But either way, it's effective. 2 outs here, tying run on second base. A little bit of pressure on both sides here. See how it ends up.
Be interested to see his grip on this pitch.
Yeah, splitter.
He executed it well. It's ball and a strike to Jaromir Richter. 2 walks, an RBI double, a fly out to center. The 2 tying runs in scoring position. Vanak standing on third and Stastny on second. They'll throw behind the runner at third. It'll get by the third baseman Arsenault, but not far enough to advance the runner. Again, Canada getting a little greedy here. Your pitcher has thrown back-to-back strikeouts.
Yeah, to your point, don't give them a free run. But these are the things that the kids will learn as they get older. This is still a young part of their game, and they're going to learn day to day. It's a matter of understanding the game, what the score is of that game, and what's important right now. Right now, your pitcher's struck out the last 2 batters.
2-1 is going to force Richter to bend down. Hitters count. If he can find a pitch to drive, this game will be tied. 3-1, nothing to swing at, bases loaded. That's the first man that Jacques has walked. And I think that directly correlates with the success that Canada has had over the last 2 innings. They've outscored Czechia 8-0 from the 4th inning on. So now it's Mensik's turn. One-0 pitch. Is served out of play. Mensik 0 for 1. He's reached on 3 walks. He popped out to second. No place to put him if you're Canada. You have a 2-run lead, but have to be careful here. And this is grounded to short. Dauphiné throws to first. It's low and handled by the first baseman, Gaudreau.
What a pick right there by Gaudreau.
Look at in game 2 of today's slate. This is grounded to short. Edmar backhands and his throw to first in plenty of time. Australia was leading Venezuela into the 6th inning. That's a Venezuela team that is one of the favorites in the entire tournament. Venezuela scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to take their first game in pool play. You'll see Curacao walking in. Just had a look at Australia. All the teams will be honored on the field before 4th game of today's action. Leo McMahon 1 for 3. 2 runs scored, an RBI, also has a single.
Tom Cruise fan just like me.
Again, working that outside corner is Resnicek. He's got some late action on his pitches.
He does. Has a nice two-seam action to the lefty. It's going away from him. It's pretty late, so he's looked pretty solid since coming in, and he's got a good breaking ball too.
And everybody thought that was strike 3. Looked like McMahon was stepping out of the box, ready to walk back to the dugout. Instead, it's a 2-2 count.
The only person that didn't think it was strike 3 was the umpire. He thought about it.
Looked a little low. No ABS challenge system here at the Senior League World Series. I wonder how long it's going to take for that technology to be implemented at this level. 2-2, pop down the left field line. Does it stay fair? It does not, and it's dropped by Heupel, who's in as a defensive replacement. That's awfully close
to a fair ball. Thought he had it. Sometimes the glove says otherwise. New life.
Two-two pitch. And down goes McMahon on a changeup. That pitch was filthy.
I'll tell you right now, he's got 3 pretty good pitches. Two-seamer, changeup, and a slider, and all have some pretty good action on them, Stefan. It's times like these where I wonder, like, why didn't he start the game, right? You know, why don't they have him out there in the first place to get them off to a good start, potentially pave the way for that 8-run first inning to really last?
Paquette takes strike 1. Well, in fairness to Czechia, they led 8-0 after the first. Things did start to unravel a little bit in the second, but you got to think about your second game and your third game. That changeup is just dancing away from left-handed hitters.
But as you said earlier, what's important, right? Importance is going 1-0 on day 1. And
Ball World Series. He tried to ambush the first pitch. Already has 2 hits today. Getting on base may be more important than moving that runner over. Down by 2 would put the tying run on base. Great work so far from Raphael Jacques. And Uhre blasts one back, fouling out of play. 9 errors have been the difference in this game. A lot of walks, but that no longer is the point of emphasis. 8-run lead reduced to nothing. Pitch number 55 from Jacques in a 2-2 count to Jan Uhre. He puts it in play on the ground to third. Arsenal charges. His throw to first is just in the nick of time to retire Uhre. We'll see if Czechia takes a look at this.
I don't see why they wouldn't if they can, but he did look out to me.
And it looks like they're already ready to employ a pinch runner.
So, you know, watching this, yeah, he's out. I think he's going to be out. Now, one thing I would say is the third baseman, Arsenault, he looks to second base to try to look the runner back, which is fine. But in the context of the game, as we think about this, that runner does not mean nearly as much as the other runner that's running down the line. So the focus should be on this runner to make sure you get an out. And because of the look to second, you almost you almost allow the tying run to get on base. It looks like it's going to stand as an out call. I thought it was right on the field, and it looks like that replay is showing that it is right. But even so, a nice throw by Arsenault, strong throw, knowing he had to get it over there quick to get a streaking Uher.
Yeah, I don't see how this one is overturned. Great call in the field by the first base umpire, Matt Everett. Bang, bang play to say the least. And you know the temptation there. Tie goes the runner, but he was all over that play. So if the runner is out, it'll be a runner on second, and the tying run come up to the plate. Here's another look at it. Right there. Heel is not down, front toe is not down. But should it be overturned, the leading run will come up with runners on first and second and nobody out. Again, it is by the slimmest of margins. Good stretch at first base by Gaudreau. Underrated part of that play to stretch out and get that baseball.
He's been very good at first base today. He's had a lot of good moments.
So the call is confirmed. Tying run comes up with one out and a runner on second. Richard Ladke flew out to deep right center his last time up. His size makes him a threatening player in this spot. First pitch is upstairs. Looks like this is Jacques' game to lose or to win. Inside move, nobody covering at second. The throw nearly pulled Tremblay off the bag and could have been a bad mistake. A lot of focus on that runner on second. Here's strike one. You understand it a little bit more if that's the tying run.
Yep.
But it's not.
It's not.
To bring the game within one. 1-1 pitch. Outside corner, strike two. What a beautiful night here in Easley, South Carolina. Ladke in the air, shallow center. Paquette coming in, dives, lays out and makes a great catch. Talk about a big play in a big moment of this game. Paquette, full extension grab to retire Ladke and not put the tying run aboard.
Big league play right here by Paquette. Gets a great jump on it and comes in, makes a diving grab, laying out for the second out of the inning, and it's a big one. That would have been the tying run. And Canada is one out away from this seesaw roller coaster battle that we thought at the start of this there was no chance Canada's getting back into it.
Oh, 1 served into left center. McMahon on the run, in the gap, he makes the catch, and Canada storms all the way back. After being down 8-0, they outscored Czechia 13-3. What an unbelievable win for Canada, a back and forth seesaw game as you mentioned, Gordon. But it was almost Who wanted to win it less in this game?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it too, though. Canada's got